All I wanted from the shops on Tuesday was coffee and disinfectant. That's all. I could have stayed in all day long if I'd wanted to. But I thought, to hell with it. So I had a quick swill, as my dad used to call it. That's a light face wash. And made an effort. Then I noticed the postman had left the bloody garden gate open again. And I was worried that the local drug dealer's dog might either A, shit all over the garden, or B, stuff his fat, hideous head through my cat flap and torment me cat. So I got into my weary trousers, put my slippers on and walked out into the garden to shut the gate. I came back in, thought I'd watch a bit of TV, a bit of the news. Israel was still bombing Gaza, and there'd been a strategic, if somewhat superficial, cabinet reshuffle. I still felt tired, so I went and had a lie on the bed. I read a pamphlet called Why Jesus Had to Die. Then I fell asleep. By the time I got out of the house, the weather was boiling. I had to wait nearly 40 minutes for the number 4, collector's item of a bus. At least it wasn't raining, I surmised. When the bus arrived, it emptied out about 3/4 of its passengers. A veritable exodus. And after the driver was satisfied with my bus pass, I went for my seat. Then I noticed that smell you get when half the bus is suddenly evacuated. It was a combination of despair, fetid body odour, and tangible anxiety. Anyway, I was almost catapulted into my seat by the driver strategically pulling away just as I was grabbing for the handrail. I was slumped into my seat, and I noticed, to my left, complete nutter. Complete nutter. I spotted him with my peripheral vision, but I didn't want to make direct eye contact with him, just in case I was mistaken for a sympathiser. Anyway, the bus spat out the remains of its cargo at the terminal terminus. The driver got out, marching up and down, sucking on his plastic cigarette, trying to call his premium rate ex-girlfriend. I headed for the shops to study the superficial lay of the land, or the land of the superficial lay. It's not so much a precinct as a small gathering of shops and public amenities. The gaggle of old people over there, and some indignant teenagers over there looking for ideas. I headed straight for the service wash. You know, for some inexplicable reason, they charge you extra for ironing your clothes. I'd rather wear them creased or corrugated than have to pay somebody to iron them for me. I mean, the creases come out eventually anyway. They fade, just like ambition in a prisoner's heart. They were selling raffle tickets at the service wash. The big hard sell. Kids dying of cancer. A good cause, they said. I still declined. My thoughts were full of that flexible disinfectant. Oh, I was spoilt for choice at the discount store I was in. I ended up buying 4 different flavours. They say you're not supposed to mix your drinks, but I like to experiment with my flexible disinfectant. a bit like Baron von Frankenstein. The aroma of garlands, a bouquet of sandalwood. Oh, I was so excited about that disinfectant. I couldn't wait to get home and get it out of the box and mix up some enduring sort of concoction. What I like to do, because I've got some of those spray cans, spray bottles that I've gathered over the years, I like to mix my disinfectant in there with a bit of warm water. And I spray my mattress up and down, side to side and back and front. It gets rid of all those lingering memories, unwelcome memories. Some memories are ghosts. Some ghosts are memories, all dressed up with no love to spook. Anyways, next I marched down to the local co-op and I bought two, yes two, not one, but two very large jars of that lovely, strong tasting coffee that has that fantastic aroma. I saved about £7 on the deal, so it was well worth the effort. I trundled back towards the bus stop. My leg was giving me some jip by this time. So I sat on a bench underneath a tree next to the fruit and veg stand. And bugger me, I was bombarded by two money spiders creating havoc on my head. I do hate that feeling of all cobweb and spiders on your head and you can't do anything about it. They must have been sat there waiting for unsuspecting human beings to bungee jump down onto. Why do they call them money spiders? They'd never give me any money for taxiing them around town, ferrying them right across entire cities. Why do they get such good press compared to, say, slugs or earwigs or ants? Never understood that. I mean, to me, they're just like ants with homemade rope to get around with. I sat for a while longer, burning in the midday sun. I sat there drooling over two young black girls walking past, with excruciatingly tight shorts on. Anyway, I got up and trudged back towards the bus stop. I noticed that Diane's alterations had been bought by someone. They'd built a new door where there wasn't one before. Diane was lovely. She had wonderful, huge tits. She made a good business out of altering people's clothes and sewing them. She's probably somewhere like Spain or Egypt now, getting shafted and tanned in equal measure. And why not? Good for her. I trudged towards the bus stop and I noticed the bus trundling around the roundabout, heading towards me. We both got there almost at the same time, almost synchronistic like. The driver looked like a modern day version of Brian Jones, and it was none other than Mark the Fat Tart. Mark the Fat Tart was the only Yorkshireman I know, aye, born and bred lad, who supports Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur. But that's a whole different story altogether.